Good evening and welcome to the September 26th, 2023 regular meeting of the Gaston County Board of Commissioners. My name is Chad Brown. I serve as chairman of the board as well as the commissioner of Riverbend Township. I would like to welcome our viewers and thank Spectrum Cable and AT&T for making this possible for our citizens. For our television audience and live streaming audience, I would like to present your Gaston County Commissioner, beginning on my far right.
Alan Fraley, Cherville Township.
Good evening, I'm Ronnie Worley, South Point Township.
Good evening, I'm Kathy Cloninger, Dallas Township.
Bob Hovis, Crowder's Mountain Township.
Thank you all. At this time, if you'll please rise for the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Commissioner Hovis will be given the invocation, but the Bessemer City All-Star Fast Pitch Team will be given the pledge of allegiance.
Please bow with me. Gracious Father, we come to you tonight to take care of the business of Gaston County. And Father, we recognize that it's our actions that move us forward or move us backwards, and we take that very seriously. Father, we go about the day-to-day business keeping your will in mind and understanding that Gaston County is only going to be as great as you allow us to be. We ask that you continue to bless the work of our county workers, especially our police officers, our EMS, and all the volunteer firefighters in Gaston County, Father. We appreciate everything they do and all the services they provide. We ask that in your name. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, ladies. You did such a great job. The first item is commendations. Commissioner Hovis and the Board of Commissioners, a commendation to Bessemer City 12U Girls Fast Pitch Softball All-Stars team upon winning the 2023 Dixie Youth Ponytail State Championship at the 2023 Dixie Youth 12U World Series. Commissioner Hovis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If you ladies and coaches would like to come join and stand behind me as I read this proclamation, we would be appreciative. And afterwards, we'll all line up in front of the dais, and your families can join us if they'd like. They're more than welcome to, and we'll take a photo for the record. Thank you for taking away from your homework tonight and joining us for this small occasion. I know you folks have already had a lot of fun things to happen, and this probably doesn't rank anywhere up there with what you've done, but we as a community, Gaston County, and of course I'm a lifelong resident of Bessemer City, are very, very proud of what you've done and what you've accomplished. And I'd like to read this commendation, which each of you has a copy here after I've read it. Whereas the Bessemer City 12 and under Dixie Youth Fast Pitch Softball All-Star Team swept through the 2023 district and state tournament season undefeated to capture the ultimate title at the Dixie Youth World Series held in Alexandria, Louisiana on August the 1st. And whereas the winning state championship title in Southport, North Carolina, they defeated West Chatham in the final game, outscoring their overall competition by a staggering 47-8. Whereas they went on to proudly represent North Carolina in the Ponytails division of the Dixie Youth World Series, where they continued their dominating performance by outscoring their opponents in 4 games, 32-4, defeating Georgia in the final game for the title. And whereas the team diligently persisted with great optimism and belief that they could accomplish something special if they set out to achieve 2 specific goals set by head coach Dustin Moorhead: have fun and win. And whereas the team demonstrated the characteristics of true champions throughout the season, finishing with a batting average of .384, and 6 players who hit 400 or better, and 28 extra base hits in 13 games, including 3 home runs. And whereas the All-Stars' speed, power, and balance, coupled with stellar pitching, proved to be unstoppable as they dominated their opponents during the 2023 season. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Gaston County Board of Commissioners commends the Dixie Youth 12 and under Fast Pitch Girls Softball, and I'm going to ask each of them to come and say their name before the mic for the record, because I want each of you to speak tonight, whether you really want to or not. So we'll start with you, young lady, and if you'll come say your name.
Avery Price.
Thank you, Ms. Price.
Blair Culberson.
Thank you.
Bree Bates.
Speak loud.
Zoe Culberson.
Ava Blanton.
Lily Stifler. Haley Morales. Addie Moorhead.
Victoria Payne.
Marissa Kaiser.
And coaches Justin Moorhead, Ashley Price, and Wes Culberson are here as well. And we congratulate them for their championship success in the 12 under division district and the state tournament held for rolling on to win the 12 and under World Series title at the Dixie Youth World Series in Alexandria, Louisiana. This is to be adopted the 26th day, which is today, of September 2023. How about giving these young ladies a big round of applause? I have a certificate for each of you, but Dustin, would you like to speak? Or any of your assistant coaches, you're welcome to speak.
They always,
we're going to turn the light on if you go past 3 minutes. So
they always delegate me to do the speaking. So we've had multiple showings, if you will, over the past couple of weeks for our accomplishment. And I've told them every time that we've met, I couldn't be more proud of these girls. We started working the first week of April. And we worked hard for 2 months, played in the Gastonia City Rec League, and had a great time there. And then took this all-star team to Southport and won the state championship, and then went to Alexandria, Louisiana, and won the World Series. We created a lot of memories over the summer that we will remember for a lifetime. And these girls became great friends throughout the whole thing. So we're fortunate to be a part of Bessemer City and be part of the great county of Gaston County. We appreciate all the support that everybody provides us. I told the girls when we got toward the end, every game kept getting bigger and bigger. And as you win, the stakes get higher. And the following got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think our World Series championship game, there was almost 1,000 people back home watching us live on YouTube and Facebook. So something definitely to be proud of. The city of Bessemer City, Mr. Hovitz, we appreciate you, and Gaston County. Mr. Brown, we appreciate y'all having us tonight. Thank you.
I had a little goodie bag for all the girls, and what we will do is, if you would, bear me just a moment to.
You girls will just come right here in
Thank you,
front.
sir. We'll just line up out here in the front. Let me show you kind of what we do. Come on, you're good. If y'all will stay kind of in line with this brass thing, if the team would, come down this way just a little bit more. That's good.
You had a tough time.
And
with
all the
these two
parents,
coaches with you. I
any
promise
of you
that.
parents that would like to be in this, you're welcome to come join us. And we'll just take this photo, and the board will, if you'll give me a second to get up there, I'll get with the board.
Come on, girl. Move that chair out of the way. Come on, we'll go here. Let's go this way.
Thank you, ladies. This will be
Congratulations,
on the county website. And if you want to contact our public information officers, they can provide you a photo as well if you'd like to have it. We'll be glad to make that happen.
Now,
Thank
if
you
y'all
so
really
much.
special, you go ask Superintendent Laws if y'all can have a day out of school.
Certainly. Thank you guys for coming.
Good to see you, man. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Take care, girls. We'll have the batting cage up soon. Tell your daddy we had to make him pay for it.
Thank you, parents, for all you do as well.
Bring your family too.
This is Dad, sir.
Pretty impressive.
That's unbelievable.
Rodney? Rodney? When you get over here, we'll start. Jonathan? Vincent? It's too long to be right. Here we go. The next item is certificate of commendation to presented to School Resource Officer Jeff Thompson for his heroic actions rendered in the line of duty at Bessemer City High School. His quick response, knowledge, and training saved the life of a Bessemer City Athletic Director, Billy James, on August 28, 2023, following a serious accident during a turf management class in which Officer Thompson administered critical first aid to stop bleeding from Mr. James' injured leg. The board also recognized him preventing a student from choking on September the 8th, 2023. He performed the Heimlich maneuver until the student's airway was cleared. His action proves vital to emergency management, and his dedication and care for others proudly reflects the highest ideals of the Gaston County Police Department and fellow law enforcement officers in North Carolina, at the United States, and abroad. With this, we commend Mr. Thompson, but thank you so much. And afterwards, after he gives you your certificate, I want you to tell us what else you've done.
Okay. Appreciate it. Proud of you, man. Thanks, sir. Good. So after the choking incident, I contacted a company that's called LifeVac. They are an anti-choking device. So it's it kind of looks like a plunger, if lack of better terms, and it uses negative pressure to pull out the choking device. So I applied for a free LifeVac for Bessemer City High School, and they were selected, and we got it this past Friday. and it's going to be kept in the nurse's office at the school. Bedford City High School is one of the first schools in Gaston County to have this. This program is available to every other school also.
And we've alerted the chief, and we just want to say thank you for your dedication, not only for performing that on the student, but also for the injured leg. I'm sure a lot of other duties have gone on in your lifetime, but these are ones that we're trying to spotlight and say things. I know Dr. Laws is here to make sure that he was here to see it. And reason being is because he cares about what goes on in our county schools. And it's not just a place of where you sit in an office and just sit back and hope nothing goes on, but it's also there for when things do go awry, that you're there. But thank you so much, and we'll let the board speak. Mr. Hovis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think we're in our third year, correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Eagle, of the action that this board took to provide SROs in every school. I think this is our third year, or is it our fourth?
I believe it's our fourth.
It may be our fourth. But this board recognized the need and the services that these officers can provide and do provide to the whole campus atmosphere. And I think if we weren't the first, we're one of the first counties in the state to take that action. And we do it in conjunction with some of our municipalities who have agreed to supply officers as well. But our county police department coordinates that action and provides the fill-ins if somebody's not there. So we're proud to understand the commitment that Gaston County Schools has made to safe schools, but we're proud to be a part of that and recognize that, and we want all of our students, staff, and all to be in a position of safety and recognize that we take that seriously, because we don't want these other things that have happened elsewhere to happen here. If they do, then we actually plan and do mock drills to simulate some of those types of activities, so that we're proactive instead of reactive. And Gaston County's always wanted to do that. And this board, not just myself, but this entire board, has made sure that we did that by funding that process. But thank you all for your dedicated efforts.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Chief, you want to say anything?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and board. I just want to thank you again for taking the time to recognize one of our officers for the work that we do. We do have an outstanding relationship with our school board, or school system, and we're glad to have our officers in many of the public schools, and we hope that relationship continues. They do an outstanding job.
Thank you very much. And also, Anderson, if you'll step up there. Barry, as you well know, Anderson, as part of your undertaking of being a Clemson fan this week and being losers to Florida State, if you'll put the picture up of his shame picture, there you go. He was missing all weekend, but we finally found him. But Anderson is one of our newest chiefs, along with the group in the back. We want to thank you guys for the dedicated service you guys give. We give you a hard time, but we love you and we think the very best of you. And if there's anything we can ever do, please let us know. Yancey back there, he's new to that white shirt. He loves it. So look at it. It looks good on him. But thank you guys so much, and good ribbons for you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Dr. Eagle, you're next. I asked Superintendent Dr. Laws if he wanted to give a brief update a month into what's going, just briefly. I know I put you on the spot, but
That is on the spot. So what kind of update do you want?
just what's good in the schools.
Okay, what's good in the schools? We had parent advisory last night. 137 parents met at Highland School of Technology and had a wonderful give and take session. We divided into subgroups to talk about what is good about Gaston County Schools and what we need to improve. And we got a lot of good data, so we're going to go forward with that to be able to share to the new superintendent when that happens. Our Board of Education is working to set up interviews, I think, with the candidates, and that will be coming in the next weeks. And we've had a tremendous start, and it gives me opportunity to say thank you to the commissioners. I try to get into schools as much as I can, and to go to any school and see resource officers there is a comforting thought for all of us. I don't expect you to remember what I said before, but when I was here the first time, I said two things we pledge. One is that we will keep you safe, and the second is we will do what we say we're going to do. And I'm very proud of Gaston County Schools for that, and I'm very thankful to the commissioners for your support for our resource officers. It's unbelievable to have all 56 schools covered.
I know that's why you primarily want to come tonight and talk about the SROs, to thank them. But we thank you for your leadership, and going forward, hopefully we keep you for a lot longer, and we'll keep that search stretched out for a couple of years.
Well,
But,
it's a blessing to be here.
well, thank you
And,
so much
this
for
is
what you
home.
do. Thank
Thank you all.
The next item on the agenda is public hearings. Commission will now take citizens' comments on 5 public hearings. Comments will be taken on the following issues: incentive grant for Project Box continued from August 22nd, 2023 in regular meeting. Incentive grant for Project Precise. Zoning map change REZ-153, zoning map change REZ-154, to request permission for, to apply for the NCDOT PTD FY25 Community Transportation Program. Before we begin the public hearing, let me outline the rules and procedures of hearing. Citizens wishing to make comment will be recognized by the chair and requested to step to the microphone and make their comments. Citizens will state their name and address for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes tonight. All questions shall be directed to the chair for response. The chair will rule on all points of order during the hearings. Do I have a motion to go into public hearing?
Motion to
Motion made by Commissioner
resume
Worley
the public hearing
to
because
resume
we're
the
already
public
in.
hearing. Commissioner Worley, seconded by Commissioner Hovis. All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. The County Commission will now take citizens' comments on public hearing to approve a Level 1 incentive grant and to authorize an economic development agreement for Project Box. Ms. Elisa Summy, EDC Director of Operations, will provide an overview. Once she has completed her comments, citizens' comments will be taken. Ms. Summy.
Thank you, Chairman. So the EDC is asking the Commission to approve a Level 1 grant for Project Box and then enter into an economic development agreement. The Project Box is looking to invest a total of $2.5 million to upfit the existing facility, Gaston County Dye. So they're going to upfit $2.5 million. They also expect to make substantial amount of new jobs with above average wages for Gaston County. The Level 1 grant is going to be a 5-year grant totaling around $45,000. We do have a company representative here if you have any further questions.
Thank you, ma'am. Are there any citizens wishing to make comment on this issue? Seeing none, any questions from the Board of Commissioners? Also seeing none. Is there a motion on the table? Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Fraley. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. The Commission will now take citizens' comments on public hearing to approve a Level 1 incentive grant to authorize the application of the NC Department of Commerce Rural Economic Development Division Building Reuse Grant Program to authorize the economic development agreement for Project Precise. Ms. Sarah Gilbert Kay, EDC, will provide a brief overview, and once she has completed her comments, citizens' comments will be taken. Ms. Gilbert Kay.
Good evening. Project Precise is an existing company. It's located in Gaston County. It's within the county limits. They're looking to expand production and operations. They're going to be adding to their existing building and then adding 2 additional buildings on their property. Their investment is anticipated to add approximately 31 new jobs with an average salary of $58,000 about over the next 12 months. The investment is a combined of real estate and personal property, and they're proposed to start at the last bit of this year and then wrap up by this time next year.
Any citizens wishing to comment on this issue at this time? Seeing none, any questions from the Board of Commissioners? Seeing none as well, if there are no additional comments, I'll now close the public hearing. Is there a motion made? Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Worley. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. The Commission will now take citizens' comments on public hearing zoning map change REZ-153. Kimberly Higgins Bundy is the applicant. Ms. Peyton Ratchford, Planner 2, Building and Development Services, will provide an overview. Once she has completed her comments, citizens' comments will be taken. Ms. Ratchford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. REZ-23-07-14-00153 is a general rezoning request from Kimberly Higgins Bundy for parcel ID 303966. The property is located on Freedom Mill Road in Gastonia. The applicant is requesting to rezone the 1.95 acre parcel from the R1 Single Family Limited Zoning District to the R2 Single Family Moderate Zoning District. The subject property is located in the southwest corner of the county, south of Gastonia and Kings Mountain city limits. The ortho photo shows the subject parcel and identifies the parcel as currently vacant. The parcel is surrounded by mostly residential properties with a few commercial properties located to the south at the corner of Lewis Road and Freedom Mill Road. The surrounding zoning districts predominantly include R1 with some R2 and C3 zoning districts to the south of the subject parcel. If this request is approved, any uses in the R2 single-family moderate zoning district would be permitted in accordance with standards and regulations as adopted in the UDO. As for utilities, the site will be served by a private well and private septic system. As for roads, the site is along Freedom Mill Road, which is an NCDOT maintained road. This map shows who was notified about tonight's public hearing. Staff mailed notices on September 13th, and a sign was posted on site, all in accordance with general statutes. Staff received a few calls regarding this request, but mostly they were just general inquiries about what was going on. The subject parcel is located in Area 5, Scenic Gaston, Southwest Gaston of the Comprehensive Land Use Plan. Key issues for citizens in this area include the preservation of open space, road improvements, and better connectivity to other areas of the county, and preservation of existing conditions while allowing low to moderate growth. The future land use designation is rural community. This designation is characterized as areas in the larger rural areas where there's a number of residential buildings on smaller lots built closer to the roadway. These areas have a rural look and feel. The TRC reviewed this project and had no comments at this time. In addition, there are no planned transportation projects in the immediate vicinity. The Planning Board heard this request at its September 11th meeting and recommended approval by a 6-0 vote. Mr. Chairman, this concludes my presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. Any citizens wish, or any comments from the applicants at this time? Any citizens wishing to comment on this issue at this time? Any questions from the Board of Commissioners? If there are no additional comments, I will declare this public hearing closed. Just to recap, the Planning Board has unanimously recommended approval of this project. Is there a motion to approve this project?
Yep, so be it.
Motion made by Commissioner Fraley, seconded by Commissioner Hovis. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Mr. Stetzer, Esquire, would you care to have a consistency statement?
With permission from the board, I'll enter into a formal statement of consistency into the record.
Thank you, sir.
Motion to accept.
Motion by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Fraley. All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. The Gaston County Commission will now take citizens' comments on public hearing zoning map change REZ 154, Jeffrey Lee Millwood applicant. Ms. Jamie Kimbergaloo, Director of Planning and Zoning, Building and Development Services, will provide a brief overview. Once she has completed her comments, citizens' comments will be taken. Ms. Kimbergaloo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. REZ-23-07-21-00154 is a general rezoning request from Jeffrey Lee Millwood for parcel ID 166571. The property is located on Upper Spencer Mountain Road in Stanley. The applicant is requesting to rezone .97 acres from the R1 Single Family Limited Zoning District to the R2 Single Family Moderate Zoning District. This property is in a residential area in the northern region of our county, just west of the town of Stanley. This area used to be within Stanley's ETJ, but was released to the county in 2021. The orthophoto map shows that the subject parcel is currently vacant. The location is heavily residential, and there's a mix of housing types throughout the area. We do want to note for the record that a code complaint was called in for tractor trailers being parked on this property. An investigation was conducted and a notice of violation was issued to the property owner. Per our code, the owner was given a compliance date of 10/6/23 to have all tractor trailers removed from the property. The property owner called our land use officer this afternoon, and our land use officer verified that all trailers have been removed from this parcel, so the case is closed. The property owner apologized and shared that she did not know you could not park a commercial vehicle on a lot less than 1 acre in size. The county zoning districts surrounding the subject parcel include mostly R1 with some R2 and R3 zoned lots. Other parcels fall within the town of Stanley's zoning jurisdiction. If this request is approved, any uses in the R2 single-family moderate zoning district would be permitted in accordance with the standards and regulations as adopted in our UDO. The site will be served by private well and private septic system, and the Upper Spencer Mountain Road is an NCDOT maintained road. This map shows who all was notified with information about tonight's public hearing. Staff did receive one call about the request after the sign was placed in the yard, and this was the call to ask about the current use of the lot and the call that initiated the code case. But just to reiterate, the land use officer did inspect it this afternoon, and all tractor trailers have been removed. The subject parcel is located in Area 3, which is the Riverfront Gaston, Northeast Gaston, small area plan of the Comprehensive Land Use Plan. Key issues for citizens in this area include the preservation of open space, road improvements and better connectivity to other areas in the county, and maintaining the rural feel of the area. While not explicitly identified in the comp plan because of previously being within Stanley's ETJ, the subject property defaults and is best identified as rural for the future land use. Rural areas are characterized as having plenty of open space, along with farmstead-style housing and opportunities for agribusiness. Residential homes are located on large lots and set back from the roads they front upon. The county's TRC reviewed the project and had no comments at this time. In addition, there are no planned transportation projects in the immediate vicinity. The Planning Board also unanimously recommended approval of this request. Mr. Chairman, this concludes my presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. Any comments from the applicant at this time? Please step up to the podium, give your name and address for the record. Take your time.
My name is Jeff Millwood. I'm the applicant, currently trying 1127 Mooney Road, Stanley, North Carolina. I'm currently trying to purchase the property if I can get it rezoned to get a home for me and my daughter. It's right next to my family's property. Both I have two other family members have property that's adjacent to the property. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else who any citizens wishing to make comment at this time? Seeing none, any questions from the Board of Commissioners? If there are no additional comments, I will declare the public hearing closed, and I will just recap, the Planning Board has unanimously recommended approval. Do I hear a motion to approve this?
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Commissioner Worley, seconded by Commissioner Hovis. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Mr. Stetzer, would you care to give the consistency statement?
Mr. Chairman, with permission from the board, I'll enter a formal statement of consistency into the record.
Thank you, sir.
Motion to accept the statement.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Fraley. All in favor? It's married. The County Commission will now take citizens' comments on public hearing to request permission to apply for NCDOT PTD FY25 Community Transportation Grant 5311 grant to provide rural public transportation services, enter into an agreement with the North Carolina Department of Transportation, NCDOT, to provide the necessary assurances and required local match. Ms. Tawana Littlejohn, Transportation Coordinator, will provide a brief overview. Once she has completed her comments, citizens' comments will be taken. Ms. Littlejohn.
Thank you, Chairman Brown. I would like to present to you the FY25 Community Transportation Program Grant. This is a state and federally funded program administered by the Public Transportation Division of North Carolina Department of Transportation. The public transportation system has goals to achieve the definition of coordinated transportation services. The goals are to support the general public transportation services in rural North Carolina, provide a coordinated network, enhance access in rural areas to healthcare, shopping, education, employment, public service, recreation, and to encourage the most efficient use of transportation funds used to provide passenger transportation. As a part of the administrative grant, we will request the total amount of $235,261 with a 15% local match of $35,290. The administrative grant will help cover salaries of the transportation administrator and billing specialist, also support the cost of training, travel, and the leased computer software, which is our route match scheduling software. The capital portion of this grant, we are requesting the total amount of $2,059,000 with a 10% local match of $205,900. The capital portion will be used to replace 15 vehicles that have met their useful life. And that concludes that.
Thank you, ma'am. Any citizens wishing to comment at this time? Any questions from the Board of Commissioners? Seeing none, I will declare this public hearing closed. Is there a motion? Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Worley. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Thank you. This concludes tonight's public hearing. Approval of the business agenda. Are there any revisions that need to be provided to the revisions of the business agenda at any time to be pulled at this night?
Motion to approve is written.
Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Fraley. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous, Madam Clerk. Approval of the minutes. You provided a draft of minutes for the regular meeting of 8/22 of 2023. Are there any revisions? Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion made by
minutes.
Commissioner Worley, seconded by
As
Commissioner Fraley. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Citizens recognition? Adam? Yes, sir. Thank you. Approval of the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda with no items pulled?
So moved.
Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Fraley. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. No items were pulled, no items were added. Appointments, Commissioner Fraley.
None this evening, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Worley.
No appointments tonight.
Mr. Cloninger.
No appointments.
Commissioner Hovis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have one appointment to the Workforce Development Board, an application from Justin Grindstaff, and that's the only appointment I have, sir.
I'll second that. All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Mr. Cloninger.
I need to make approval for Jerry Smith to be appointed to the Lake Wylie Marine Commission.
I'll second that. All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. I have one for the Region F Aging Advisory Committee. Ms. Gayla Woody, application was received.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Hovis. All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Reports, Commissioner Fraley.
Then there another full board appointment?
Yeah. I just wanted to go see if you wanted to do something.
I don't want to do anything.
I'll go to the full board appointments for Cherville Board of Adjustments. Appointment recommended by Cherville City Council for Vetta Jackson.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Fraley. All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Cherville Planning Board. Appointment recommended for Ms. Vetta Jackson. Seconded by Commissioner Fraley. All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. And that other one was a full board. I'm glad you did that, Kathy. I want to make sure you were getting some good time in there. All right, reports, Commissioner Fraley.
None again, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Worley.
No such report.
Commissioner Cloninger.
I did attend the 9/11 service that was in Dallas, held up there at the Dallas courthouse it was sponsored by the fire department.
That's the only one. Thank you. Commissioner Hovis.
Mr. Chair, I do not have a report.
I just wanted to give one little update. I think, Chief, you had some changes in the last month. We've had Anderson Holder become Assistant Chief. Jason Yancey has moved into the white shirts as well. So those are some big changes going on down at the Gaston County Police Department. And we're very happy to have Vincent Wong, who is making sure that y'all don't get it wrong. So, but County Manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've put at each seat a copy of my year-end review. We'll have an opportunity to have more discussion about this later, but I have reached the end of my 4th year serving as your county manager. So this is a 12-month look back on the highlights from this previous year. You'll see that they're organized based on 3 priorities, the first being long-term financial stability, the second being employee and community engagement, and the third being culture of innovation and performance. As I mentioned earlier, we'll talk more about this later, but I did want to point out one of the most significant achievements that the organization, thanks to your support and your actions over the course of the last year, that we've achieved is under that first category of long-term financial stability, where we've noted that we did receive our bond rating upgrade to AAA. So just wanted to share that for you to review at your leisure, and we'll talk about that more in the months to come. Thank you, sir. That's all I have.
Very grateful to have you. And if you're just by show of hands, if you're a new hire inside of a department for a department head, raise your hand. 1. Chief, Vincent, Brian, Matt's been here. And Justin. That's pretty amazing, the things that you've done in that time, and we're very proud to say that you're ours. Obviously, we'll ask for a cutback in your salary now since you're there, but we wanted to say thank you. Thank you for a really good 4 years. You provide a lot of structure, a lot of things that we needed as a board, and we're very proud to call you ours, like I said, and along with Esquire Stetzer, he's been one of the bright spots of the things we've done and trying to move along with this county. We talk about it. We kind of put a little hex, as you don't know. We talk about it every January 1st. We go into this meeting with, I think it was Matt and Vincent and yourself, and we talked about all the things that are going right, and we talk about the good things, and we say, oh, we hadn't had A, B, and C down the road, and we've not had those as much in the last, and we say that Dr. Greer over at the Health and Human Services portion has brought some stability as well to a lot of key components there, so thank you for your service. Ms. Bergerloo went over to planning, and she took over that with good strides, and I know that, what was that, Brian? Thank you. But we wanted to say that comes with leadership, and leadership doesn't fall far from the tree when you surround yourself with good people. So we do thank you, and the ones who have been here for a long time, there's a reason why you've been here for a long time. So thank you guys as well. But thank you again. Mr. Stetzer.
No report, sir.
All right. This concludes our meeting for tonight. Our next work session is October 10th at 6 p.m. here in the Harley B. Gaston County Public Junior Forum Courthouse. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please remit your comments by telephone to our clerk, Donna S. Buff, at 704-866-3196. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Fraley. All in favor? Good night, Tigers. Just one last punch.